You know I have to do this, right? Like one of my favorite comedians of all time. Good morning, Vietnam. Best scenes ever. I think it's really heavy. I think it might be loud. Oh, I hope it's not. Is it too loud? Here it comes.
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey,
All
this
right,
is
that's how I need to do it. I have that exact mic in front of me right now. I'm not even kidding. It's a Shure 55. You see how far away he stands from it? I should probably do that. Look, he's got that like cool little. He's got that cool post on there, and like I gotta do that. That's a great idea. I got like right now I have it. Mine comes off from the side, like right here, because reasons. Get a good old Shure 55, the best mic in the world. Well, at least the coolest mic. They call it the Elvis mic. Anyway, good morning, Vietnam. Obviously, I'm not going to yell at you like that. That would be a problem. Why is Twitter on? Why is Twitter? Stay away from Twitter. Oh, crap. Somebody's liking my tweet. Welcome to the Twitter. I still have Harry Potter up, too. I was watching Harry Potter. I hope it'll get, like, stopped. All right. Well, we're going to do some... Oh, Last Mile's in here? That's great. Yeah, it's hard to tell us apart. You know, that's why I had to stop videoing, because, yeah. I just need to start wearing that hat that he wears, which I love. He's got a good hat. Actually, I only have an hour before I'm going to be on an advisory committee meeting for a local community college. So, as if I needed more things that I do for free. I really have to figure out how to turn all of these. You know what? So often the things that are good that people should do just don't pay. They just don't. They don't pay. They don't pay a dime, like streaming, or making software for open source, or participating in the PTA or your local advisory committee. You know what? You guys should at least look for advisory committees out there in the world that you can be on for education, so you can maybe at least help these broken educational systems know what's up. A lot of them don't know what's up. I'm not saying that about this particular one, but yeah, they don't even know what exists. I remember, was it 2010 that they'd never heard of Node. This one company, this was back when Node was just coming out, and they were pushing Drupal in the web development shop, and that was it. So anyway. I changed node type, by the way, to Arun. In case you're wondering, you probably don't care, but everybody's been following this ongoing saga. I went ahead and just, rather than do the whole thing with, constants and then mapping those to words, we really just have 4 types for any definition, which is never going to change depending on whatever the grammar is: a node, a scan, a class, and a token. And that you can see in the spec here really quick. So here we go. We have 4 types of nodes, definitions: node, scan, class, and token. And these are defined down here. Boom, 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 boom. So what is the goal today? The goal is to get code to start being written. We started that last night. I had a really good coding session at night last night. Wasn't a lot of interruptions, so got a lot done. And that all went into the generator class. And if you really want to watch the long-winded version, you'll notice there's nothing with JSON in here because it's all been encapsulated into which I also showed yesterday, but I'll show it again. All the JSON stuff has been encapsulated into the node as a node parse function now. So that's not cluttering up the package space. So go doc-all has got very few things in it now. In fact, those constants will probably come out as well. I don't know. We're gonna find out about that. The real question here is whether to leave those constants in there or to I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. I don't know if people are going to use the package are going to want to use those instead of the actual numbers. These constants are numbers that represent a particular type, and they are currently being included in part of the definition, but they don't necessarily need to be. Nor are they ever going to be included in something that's generated. So I'm going to make a command decision on that particular thing, and we're going to move them. We're going to move them. And this is a common thing that I like to do when I have stuff that has a different prefix. So we're going to say, we're going to make a D directory or a def directory. How about that? How about that? No, I'm going to make a D directory. Wow. I know. And then we'll move the constants. I mean, no, because that's going to conflict with whatever the local. If somebody's going to actually use that in their code, they're going to be putting it with other code. It's going to conflict. So if they want something shorter than the default, I should probably do it. So let's call it. Let's say. I don't know. I mean, D def type. How about that? This is Groovebox. Welcome. Groovebox. Yep. You go to rwxrob.live and you can see the FAQ there. I think we're going to change it to def type. So, yeah, I mean, I almost want to change it to just type, but then, yeah, this is tmux. I have tmux within a tmux. Again, that's all on the FAQ. So if I move D to, I'm trying to imagine how this would be used by somebody in their code. You know what? I'm going to assume I don't know. I mean, if they want to use the constants, they're going to use the constants, right? So if they need to expand on it, I don't want to make it so that I have to write it that way. So I'm going to keep D. So there. Move types into D. And we're going to go into D, and we'll move, we'll do the types here. We'll get rid of all the D here. So I'm going to use a magical command. So % substitute the D underscore for nothing. Boom, get rid of all those. The cool thing with this is that I can use the stringer on this, and this will be good. So I can almost just use T for type. So that would be, yeah, let's do that. Move D to T. And then if somebody actually wants to use my constants, they can. I imagine not very many people are going to want to use them. And they certainly aren't going to be needed in the definitions file. We're gonna get through that in a second. Vim versus nvim. I've commented down that and many other videos and facts out there. I use Vim. And yesterday, if you want to watch me melt down because all my VI skills suck now because I started using Vim, you should probably install NVI, not NeoVim, NVI. All right, so let's see here. I want to go back into T and fix some things up. I'm going to use this stringer. So I'm going to create a generator. By the way, this is a good example of using constants in the generator. So you can create a generator using the stringer. Go generate. And This is a pretty regular pattern. Stringer dash, I forget the interface. I have to go look it up. Stringer and output tags. Our tag built into from prefix type. There we go. Stringer dash type. Oh, right. We have to make a type for this. So this is a what are we gonna call it? Definition type, def type. There we go. And I'll make that an int. And we can do def type. Should probably make it DT. I mean, let's be real. Let's make it DT. Move T to DT. CD into DT. Types. And then now that we have a generate line, three slashes, I forget. We can do go generate. And that will make, it should, it didn't, because my generate line's got a problem still. Let's see, line comment, output, string.go. Nope, don't have it there. Anyway, let me see, I've got something wrong here. Is it 3 lines or 2? I think it might just be 2. Oh, yeah, it is. Running stringer, exit status 1, no values defined for type, def type. Oh, that's because these constants now need to be defined as, oh, another thing too I want to do with this is I don't actually want to use iota. The reason I want this is I want to be able to show what each of the numbers are. So yeah, and yeah, I in this particular case, this is going to show up in the documentation, and I want to show the people using this what the numbers are, because sometimes when they look at a compressed version of the AST, they're only going to see the numbers. So I'm going to do something that I normally wouldn't do, because the numbers are important in this case. I'm going to actually put the numbers here. So rather than using iota, I'm going to change all of these. I'm going to run them through something of a list here. I wonder if I can do this. Yep, there we go. See what I did there? Pretty simple little thing, huh? So this is, if you want to number something, just pass it through cat-n and it will number it. Pretty cool, huh? Now obviously I have to transform these things, but that's not as hard. I just need to put it on the back. I could have done it with a for loop too, I suppose. I could have done it with awk as well. Could have done it with all kinds of different ways. I'm trying to just think about how I could transform that. It's been a while since I've done an X conversion that switches 2 fields. I'm going to try it. I don't particularly like X's substitution syntax. It's not PCRE, per regular expression, so it can be kind of annoying. But one of the things I can do here that's actually much easier is I can do a good old awk line. I can say pass this to awk, and I can say I just want to print, whoopsie, let's do this. I might have to do this from a shell script instead. So I'm going to pass this to awk, and I'm going to do, I'm going to print, $2, comma, $1. Could have done this with cut or Perl or anything. There's like so many things. And see if that works. Yep, there we go. So just let me repeat that in case you didn't see that. You can always rewind. But this just switches the 2. And awk's probably the most efficient way to do that. I sometimes harsh on awk. Actually, let's undo that. let's do a little bit more with that. Let's actually complete this whole thing and transform the whole line. This probably could be done, again, this is something that could probably be done in X by itself, but I just happen to know awk a little bit better. So we're going to do, instead of equals here, we're going to say, we're going to put a comma, and then we're going to put the string def type, and then we're going to put an equal sign. And we'll see what that does. Oops. That doesn't look like it did it. Nope. So again, because I have Vim, I have history. You don't have, in regular VI, you don't have history with your X, which is really annoying. That's like one reason all by itself to use Vim. I've been tempted to use Emacs and then just use regular VI whenever I have to, and so that I could be functional on BSD by default. Talked about that a lot yesterday in the videos. There. So there we go. And that's all that was needed. So now I can do this def type equals 0. If I can save this, it should fix itself. Walrus, I think, is the last one, so there's nothing here. That was just left over from the constant definition, and there we go. Now, I realize that that is a really long and annoying. That's why IOTA was created, was to replace this kind of thing. The difference is, though, is that now when I go doc this, you'll see all the numbers. And this is why I did this, because I want people to be able to look into the spec, and let's say they, for some reason, all they have, they can obviously convert the AST into something else, but if they have the compact compressed version of the AST, they might want to just hone in on a thing, and so they should be able to look up the number. So this way I could say, well, what number is 26? And I could go to the docs and I could say 26 is an expression. Oh, okay. Well, what's 59? You know, and then they can go look them up. So that's why I did it that way. People might wonder why, but that is why I'm going to put deliberately explicit for lookup. So this is so other developers know why I did it this way and don't think, hey, this guy's stupid, I'm going to make it shorter. All right, and then we can go generate. Okay, we don't need to look at this anymore. Get out here. Okay, so go generate. And we have def type strings. All right, so now if anybody uses any of those def types in a context, they'll get a string, and it'll replace it with its name. So if somebody prints it, they'll get to see what it gets looked up to be, and that's what's going on with that. See that down there? So you would never want to type that. That's kind of why it's done in the Go compiler. Did you peek at it? Hi, Zero. Which one? The IOTA? Which thing are you talking about? It might have been laggy. Are you talking about IOTA? IOTA incrementing the type? The def type? Yeah. Yeah, IOTA does increment the type, but I don't think if you use an IOTA, you can see the type in the documentation, and that's the goal. Did I miss something there? Because every time I've used IOTA, maybe you're talking about something else, but every time I've used IOTA, I do, so yeah, so watch, go doc. You know, you do this is the only way you can make the numbers show up. So if I don't do that and I use IOTA, it's nice and pretty. No, it's for lookup with a map, I think. Yeah. And I don't ever, yeah, for me, you know, it probably wouldn't hurt for me to put a map lookup here, just because it's like, so if somebody wants to look up the number, but I don't want people to get in the habit of looking up the number, looking up the type by the number. because it's really, really slow. And coding, unless it was a quick and dirty thing, you know. So I don't know. We'll revisit that. But the stringer is really nice. See this? This gives you types automatically. And I mean, let me show you what I mean by that. So if I get types test.go, I can do func example. Let's see. I mean, I'll just have it. Well, if you have a generic example, it prints up, but it doesn't actually print anything. So I don't want to do that. Let's do def type. All right, how about that? So yeah, let's see this. So output. I just kind of want to show people. So if I do println grammar, and actually no, this is going to. Oh, we got problems here, people. I have to change all of these packages. Sorry, forgot to do that. This needs to be DT. Def type. I should go generate. Crap. Divided for constant undefined. I got problems here. I've made my own. I forgot to name the proper packet. Probably it's because this guy is probably off. Yeah, this needs to be DT test, and this will be DT.grammar. .grammar. The errors are something else, so that's nothing new here. Oh wait, I can just cd and DT, and we'll do the testing there. There we go. Def type string and DT not type. Okay, go generate. Please work. Did I break something? What on earth have I broken? Nope, I don't think I did. All right. Go generate. How about now? There we go. Undefined DT. All right. Types test. So, well, that's interesting. Did I call it DT? I did. That's very odd. Using the importer will pick it up. Maybe it hasn't because it hasn't been installed yet or something. Oh, there we go. All right. So that's what we want. So we got grammar. What I wanted to show you, though, is because I did the stringer, when I print the grammar, I don't get the number. See that? When I print definition, it'll print the word definition. When I print expression, you get expression. Because even though this is a number, it looks it up. So if I want to, I can actually cast it. I can cast it to an int. I wonder if it'll even do it. Yep. There we go. Yeah, so you can do the cast thing because they are integers. One. Well, how about this? How about we do a printf? You know what I've been wanting to do for a while? It is pretty cool. I've been wanting to. I don't do it very much, but I'm going to do it here. I usually spend the time to change the order. In my printf, in my Golang printf, I want to be able to reverse the order so that I have, right now, it's going to be a little bit off. I'm going to look something up here, just a second here. I mean, this is good enough, but that's fine. And then I can't remember the syntax. 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. I don't remember. There we go. All right. So yeah. And we'll do this on this guy's. Oopsie daisy. No. There. That's what I want. All right. So 1, 6. Oopsie. 26. Pass. There. So, I mean, this just gives people an idea of what's going on. It is kind of nice as a demonstration of what's up. Invalid array index types.go. Yeah, generators ring def type. Okay. I don't know how much more verbose that's going to make this my other dependencies, but we'll see. So grammar.go has some D underscores that need to change. So yeah, we're going to change this to DT. Invalid case is type in switch on mismatch type, def type, and int. Oh, right. I have to change this back to, well, I'm going to have to cast it because here's the thing. If I define the type here, not there, this is fine. This is why I use runes. I don't want to have to deal with any kind of casting. But here, was in the right page? Okay. Here grammar says that its type. What? Oh, wait. I think. Let me look up something here. N.type. Oh, this is for the node. Yeah, okay. So I'm totally confusing something else. So no wonder. All right, node. Yeah, I don't want to force my node tree to have a type. Let me think about this for a second. It's not just definition types, it's all types actually. So yeah, I've got this wrong. I've got this totally wrong. I mix my node types and definition types up all the time. So GT needs to change back to node type, which is going to blow everything up. I had this actually in the original. This is kind of nice to come back to this. This is exactly how the original was. It's still in the master branch in case anybody wants to go look. ND. All right. That should be fine actually. Did I change it everywhere? I think I did. It's also not a dev type, it's a node type. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. All right, that's all changed. Let's see if the testing works in there. Nope. I'm going to have to do the generator again, aren't I? Yep. Please work. Nice. Undefined div type. Generate. There. Nice. All right. So come back out of here. Oopsie. And the grammar. DT can change to ND. And yeah, so definition type, we don't need that anymore either. That's now no longer needed. Yep. And the truth is we don't even really need the error strings, but oh well. We specify node type and int for a node. And actually, I'm going to, here's the thing, I don't want to force casting. I want nodes to always be able to just operate on integers only. And so yeah. Now this particular case, I could probably get away with it. If I do this, I'm probably going to have to do a bunch of other casting, and I don't want to do that. But I'm going to try it anyway. I guess. There we go. I was afraid of that. So, can I use the t int as type, no type in assignment. This doesn't kill. Wait, it did kill node. 944.144. Yeah, equals t. So I'm going to have to. But if I do this, if I cast it, then if it tries to do anything, it'll throw an error. Actually, this is a good thing, because this gives me strict typing on my unparsing and stuff. That's exactly what I want. Oh yeah, this was an unexpected benefit. I actually want this, because if they try to set the type to be any number that's not a node type, it'll die. And I kept trying to make this generic for all possible types, and we've already bought off on the fact that this has specific types built into it. And here they are. In fact, this entire thing here probably should go in ND. Yeah. I'm going to put that in ND now. I'm going to put this in ND as well. There they are as a string, so you can look them up by number. If you have a number, you can look them up, even though we don't necessarily want to do it. This stuff, I need to fix all this. Okay, so let's get all the errors out, and then I'm going to move this. Make sure I don't forget to do that. Move into ND sub package. All right. So the cool thing about that is that the other package can be auto-generated in a separate space. In the case of the Go pegn package, knowing what those types are is something we want to make public to the world. Whereas if I was generating code, which we'll get to, all of those types would be internal, and they'd never come forward. They'd never be part of the package, unless a developer wanted to make them a part of their grammar and make it part of their public part of their package as well. All right, so hunting down bugs, easy bugs to fix, but I can use no type as type rune in assignment. What? That is, oh, that's a different thing. 558. All right, so string A to V. Am I really gonna have to do that? I am, aren't I? Equals nd.node. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm not in the mood with messing around with this. No, we can set temperature multiple assignment 559. Rate. What? What? Can I assign int to R? Oh, right. There you go. You happy now? All right. 566. Same problem. Took a string value as type. Actually, this whole thing probably needs to go away. But in the meantime, this is left over. Yeah, that totally needs to go away. It's the only place it's called. See that? That all needs to be encapsulated right there. And I do have time. Okay, we're going to do that. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to encapsulate this instead. This sends out an int and an error. So J token string values type S equals the string buffer, R equals the node names. Have, if I have it, return error, return R nil. Yeah, value or children, that needs to get in line too, probably. Different problem. So okay, in this case, and then we do our assignment. So we can do the same thing we did up here. And I mean, it's a little sloppy, I get it, but, and then we need this. And node names, technically, that node name should probably be the type instead of just an int. Yep, this is probably broken, this node names thing, but I'm not going to break that right now. I'll break it when I move it out back into the node tree. Can I use a type, node type run an assignment 1 of 3 grammar? I want this to get to the point where we can save it and then move on. Keep it agile, always at a working state as best you can. That's hard to do, but n.type. So this is interesting. Oh, that's right, because I made the types synchronize. No, this is going to have to change. So the definition type, this was something I changed some time ago that I broke. Definition types are completely different. They're now runes. So there needs to be a little case statement here. Yeah, I mean, this is a case where I would, yeah. N.type, case it is no def. Then what? Then we're going to make it d.type equals n. I mean, you can't do these on the same line, but I'm going to anyway until my formatter fixes it. No dev. Scan def. I could probably refactor some of this, but I just want the logic to work first. N S C T. There. All right. Good. We're back to normal. That was good. That was kind of a good little exercise. Still no generation. How much time we got? Oh, 15 minutes or so. Let me... It doesn't look like I'm going to get the generation today. I kind of wanted to, but it looks like no more bike shedding. Sorry. The things are getting really clean though, and that's going to make it better for everyone. Free ice cream. Case string, case default, switch token. All right. This stuff I'm going to take out of here. It's going to break everything. But I don't care. I don't care. Oh, look, I did the bad Vim thing. I did the really bad Vim thing. It's like in my buffer. God help me if I do anything else, because I'm going to lose all that code. I'm going to have to go get it again. Come all the way to the bottom, and then P, print it all. Let's make sure I have it all, because sometimes if you don't have a big enough Vim info buffer, it would have chopped it. If it was too long, if it was over 500 the default, it would have chopped it. Make sure you up your Vim info line if you haven't done that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I talk about this to everybody all the time, so they don't get surprised. Here's the Vim info line. You need to add something like this. It's not to be this one. It needs to be something like that line. Otherwise, you have a sad day, and your buffer will not be big enough to hold all your cut and pastes, and you'll lose all your code. So yeah. So node names. Let's do ND names. I'm going to call it. This one I'm going to call types. I think we have that already. No, we don't. Types, names, and a node type. You know what? We're going to do nd.type. Look at that. Look at that thing I just did. Yes, I know. I love not repeating myself. So I'm going to replace node type with type. Boom. All right. So, oh, now this kind of stuff it's not bike shedding, man. This is like nice and clean and pretty. So pretty. So totally pretty. I'm gonna have to kill the generator again. How many times I have to redo the generator? Go generate. All right, now types test. Here we go. Should be the same still. Pass. What? That was way too easy. Well, I tell you what, I needed another example here. So, example of, wait, this isn't even a type anymore. This is an example of just like that. So then we need an example types for types. And we'll put those same three, shall we? Oops, I said 3, Rob. 3, not 2. So we want to print types grammar. And people should know what that is. Yeah, I kind of went overboard on that. All right, don't need all that. Types grammar, slice grammar. One, 6, only 6. What? Oh. Whoopsie. Yeah. All right. Now we need some types. So how are we going to do that? So types. Oh, right. Ah. These should be numbers now. So 1. What? What? That can't possibly. Oh. I do that all the time. If you forget the colon. Yep. This is supposed to be. So happy with this little thing. It's just a little thing, but it's going to make understanding this package a lot better. So I'm going to go back up and fix all the dependencies on this. Then I'm going to commit it. That's a nice stopping point before my session and my advisory committee meeting. Let's see. Yeah, everything's going to blow up. That's good. I think it's safe to replace no type with type everywhere. So same with the other ones. Let's do types. That one is more dangerous, however. I don't want to do that one. I wish it did. No types to types. I think that one's safe, actually. Wait. This needs to change to nd.types. nd.names. Oh, it's so much better. So much better. All right. Well, wow. I'm faster than I still have time. I'm going to go get coffee. All right. It's been fun. And I will be back a little bit later. I got to go to this meeting. But for right now, if you do get your vimrc vim enters vi mode, that is so not true. It enters a mode that's close to VI, a compatibility mode, but yeah. All right, so need to get diff this. We don't need to generate, no, actually def type. Nope, we don't need that anymore either, so that's gone. Yeah. It's not close enough. Just use NVI if you want a true. Most of the time when I want to use VI mode, I want compatibility. So I can check whether something is in one thing or another. The only way I've found to do that is using NVI. It's the only way to me. So that's all good. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to just add this. Git commit. We're going to say factored node into sub pkg and simplified def. No, that's good enough. That's good enough. Good enough. Hit push. So this is all on, I was following it, this is all on the unmarshal branch, which is now an accurate identifier because I moved the JSON stuff into the unmarshal, actually under parse, which calls unmarshal. So yeah, I'm going to have to squash all those commits at some point. And don't know how I'll do that. I'll probably check out the whole thing and just do it as one change rather than a bunch of individual changes at some point. I'm going to go ahead and cancel. It's like that word is so overused lately. And I'm going to go to my little meeting. I'll be back an hour or two